Initialize sequence now.
We're now in the approach phase. Everything looking good.
Archd. Latest music.
All the news worth knowing in the Archdiocese of Adelaide. Here we go. Are you ready? Yeah! Let's get into it.
Gentlemen, 3, 2, 1.
ArchD 107.9 Life FM. Now, I am here today with George Solomon. He's my very special guest. George, as some of you may know, is the drummer with a local band All Year Round, who formed while at school in 2010 at Mount Carmel College. They've quickly gone from Year 10s jamming to one of the next big things on the Australian music scene. Played with bands like New Empire, The Getaway Plan, These Kids Wear Crowns, and so on and so forth. Rocked Elder Park last New Year's Eve. They've recently released their latest EP, In Perspective to Big Acclaim. How you going, George?
Good, thanks for having me.
Now, the band got together while you guys were still in school. How did that all come about?
In Year 10, I met Paul, our guitarist now, and pretty much at the start I had no idea he could play instruments or anything like that until he came over one day and he's like, hey, you got a drum kit? And I'm like, yep. And he's like, cool. So we originally, he was on the drums and I was playing a bit of guitar.
Okay. Yep.
Because he had no idea how to play the guitar anyway, so I taught him a little bit of what I knew and he picked up really quick, and from there we just started writing music together and playing covers, and then we realised we couldn't sing, so we needed a singer, and sort of snowballed from there. We kept getting members, and that's how that happened.
Okay, we're going to be hearing a lot more about the history and what's been happening with All Year Round. It's been an amazing journey for you guys so far. We've also got heaps of All Year Round music, as well as one of the covers of a very, very famous song that we're currently playing here on ArchD on regular rotation.
ArchD 107.9
Life FM.
I'm here today with George Solomon from All Year Round. Great to have you here, George. Thanks for coming in.
Lovely to be here.
Now, I just want to ask a little bit more about going back to the ancient, deep, dark history of All Year Round. You formed while you were still in school in 2010. The band got together, you started recruiting members. Who were you inspired by to start with? Was there a sense of the kind of music that you guys wanted to play when you first formed?
Definitely, like a lot of bands like us, started with Blink-182 covering their songs.
Yep.
The Offspring for me was massive when I was younger. The older stuff that we've now, used parts of and pretty much shaped the band from the start.
When you played together for the very first time, was there a sense that there was a musical chemistry between you guys?
The first time, probably not. It sounded like, I don't know, noise, and then the noise started to sound a little bit better, and then we sort of, once we got going, we definitely, me and Paul bounced off each other really well, musically wise.
And Paul is the lead guitarist.
Yeah, lead guitar.
Yeah. And so who else is in the band? Can you give us a rundown on the different members?
Okay, vocals, we have Jacqueline Kiriakou. That's my cousin as well.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, that's how that came around. That's her. We've got a bass player, also went to Mount Carmel, Josh Dickinson, and the year below us. Luke Lutz plays guitar, and Paul and myself.
After you guys formed, you'd been jamming, got some material together, got a sound together. The first gig, when was it? Where was it? And how was it?
Okay, absolutely. The first time we ever played in front of people were a friend of mine's 18th, and we were, not quite 18, so we were a bit scared. It wasn't the full lineup yet. It was just me, Jackie, Paul, and a friend of ours helping us out on bass. Uh-huh. That was our first gig, but our first gig together as a full lineup now, I'm pretty sure was the Unibar.
Wow. Okay, that's a pretty big first gig.
Yeah, it was really cool. When we look back on that now, we have footage from that, and we can just laugh about that.
Now, so where does your first EP? You must have recorded Most of Now, which was your first EP.
Yeah.
That must have been fairly early on in the band's history.
Yes, that was very early on. At that point, we didn't have a bass player or a guitarist. We just had the three of us and some friends filling in. And we recorded all that with just a friend of ours, At the time, it was just in his bedroom, and we found that pretty eye-opening because we'd never been in a studio or anything like that. But
So this was your first collective experience recording anything, and how was that?
to be honest, it was awesome. Like, it was just something you have never done before, and when you finally get to listen to your music back, and it's like that. Wow, that's what's happening. You know, like when you're actually playing the music, you can't really tell what's happening or what it really sounds like until you actually lay down the tracks and listen to it back. And I remember when we got that first CD back, like how excited we were to release that. And so from there it got a really good, I guess, response, like, you know, around friends, and then friends would show their friends, and that's when it started growing. And from then we just wanted to keep writing and put out another CD, obviously better quality. And
Now, I'll be getting to the Venga Boys in a moment, but before that event, inverted commas, occurred, what was the first year of gigging together as a band like? Were there any shows or experiences other than the CD recording that you were talking about that really stand out on the live front?
In the early year that we've been together, I mean, it's hard to remember all these shows and stuff, but I know there was obviously the Battle of the Bands that we were in, that we won, the Entertainment Centre gig. That was really, really cool for us to be able to play at a venue like that. And
you guys really were one of the big talking points of that, because pretty much everyone else who came along to do the Double M Fest show, it was it was all awesome, but it was much sort of poppier, much sort of lighter in tone. And then I think everyone couldn't believe that all of a sudden you guys basically started up, stomped on the crunch pedals, and then just went for it.
Yeah, it's really it's so funny watching everyone to go, whoa. Turn it down. Nah.
Now, we're going to be talking more about the ongoing journey of All Year Round. We're also going to be hearing a lot more of their music, but we're going to kick off with Story of Our Lives. This was released on January 12th, 2013, and has since racked up 11,314 views. You're listening to Arch D on Life.
Here we are again on another late night closing, but still no mood aside. We've been out all night trying to set in stone what we were told, but it's like we need a switch for this party to open. Need a plan or we're gonna be broke again. Need a switch for this party to open.
Arch D.
107.9.
Life FM.
Now, in that last bracket, we heard a story of our lives from your latest EP, In Perspective. Can you tell us a little bit about it? What inspired the writing of that song?
We wrote that 2 years ago now, and yeah, we just sort of wanted a sound, like we just wanted to step up the sound, I guess, and we're actually trying to write that song, you know, to be actually played on radios. So we wrote it a little bit different to what we had before.
When you're writing a song with radio in mind, what is it that you would do differently than if you were writing a song just following the muse, so to speak?
I guess the beats and the vocal melodies and the words, I guess, just all has to be, I guess, toned down from what we usually, you know, full crash, bang, boom, writing, you know, just weird styles and just going all out. We sort of just listen to what's happening on the radio at the moment and sort of, you know, keep our own spin on it, but write it so it would actually be played on radios, because, you know, they don't play everything. We sort of wanted to go for that sort of more mainstream sound at the time, which now we're still finding our way. We're still writing all kinds of different songs to find what we like playing the best and what suits us best. But at the time, yeah, we were trying to get that that sort of song on radio, so we wrote and structured it as it was.
Now, going back to the story of All Year Round, in October 2011, you did an unlikely cover song, but in your own style.
Yes.
It went up on YouTube. It has to date 59,241 views. Can you tell us what the song was and why you chose this song?
The song was Boom 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 by the Venga Boys, and actually,
a Europop classic.
It's a song that I grew up loving. Hey, no hate, please.
Hey, okay.
You know,
Truth will set you free.
Deep down, everyone loves that song, and if they deny it, I'm sorry, but you're lying.
Yeah.
But I remember coming. We're looking for a cover song because we're heading to Melbourne to record our next demo. It was going to be 4 tracks, and we wanted to do the 5th song a cover. And we had written all the originals, and we're like, yeah, we're so ready to go. We need a cover song, because previously we had covered 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton, another song that everyone would be lying if they said they didn't like.
No, I think everyone loves that song.
So I remember coming to Paul and Jackie, and I'm like, I've got an idea, hear me out. And I typed it in, and they started watching it, and they just laughed, and they're like, we're not doing that. And I'm like, hear me out. So anyway, I got my way, we started working on it. And we pretty much flipped the song inside out and just made it our own. And I reckon we still play that cover now, and it's probably the biggest crowd pleaser as far as covers go. So
anyway, one of the songs that you do a cover of, I really want to play this one now, a song that we play, which is I Will Never Let You Down by Rita Ora. This is All Year Round's version, currently on YouTube. You're listening to Arch D on Life.
Tell me, baby, what we're gonna do. I'll make it easy, got a lot to lose. Watch the sunlight coming through. Open the window, let it shine on you. Cause I've been sick and working all weekend, I've been doing just fine. You've been tired of watching me, forgot to have a good time. Boy, you can't take it, all these spaces, never keeping it real. I know exactly how you feel when you say you've had enough, and you might just give it up. Oh, I will never let you down. When you're feeling low on love, I'll be what you're dreaming of. Oh, I will never let you down. Oh, I will never let you down. Oh, I will never let you down. There's a million ways to go. Don't be embarrassed if you lose control. On the rooftop now they know your body's frozen and you've lost your soul. Cause I've been sick and working all weekend, I've been doing just fine. You've been tired of watching me, forgot to have a good time. Boy, you can't take it, all these spaces, never keeping it real. I know exactly how you feel when you say you've had enough, and you might just give it up. Oh, I will never let you down. When you're feeling low on love, I'll be what you're dreaming of. Oh, oh, I will never let you down. Oh, oh, I will never let you down. Oh, oh, I will never let you down. Let me take you where you never go. Have a little fun, it's the only way we know. Let me show you what you never see. You know how to love, only when you're holding me. When you say that enough, and you might just give it up. Oh, oh, I will never let you down. When you're feeling all I love, I'll be what you're dreaming of. Oh, oh, I will never let you down. When you say that enough, and you might just give it up. Oh, oh, I will never let you down. When you're feeling low on love, I'll be what you're dreaming of. I will never let you down.
That's All Year Round's version of I Will Never Let You Down, Rita Ora. I'm here with George Solomon from All Year Round. Thanks for coming in, George. It's great to have you here today.
Not a worry.
Now, as of the beginning of last year, 2013, the songs from the new EP, In Perspective, started being released with accompanying videos to go with them on YouTube.
Yep.
Now, one of those was Second Best, which has now clocked up nearly 5,000 views on its own. What can you tell us about that particular song?
That song is a very important song to all of us. It's just a song about, we've had so many people, sort of tell you, get a real job, that sort of thing,
Yeah.
telling you can't do it, you'll never make it as musicians. And, I'm pretty sure every musician at some point has had that been told to them.
I think so.
So that song was a really, we sat down and we're like, you know what? Here's your song for all you people that we can't do it. So it was a really important song to us. It's the first track off the EP because I think it just really hits you in the eardrum, I guess.
Now, this being the first song off the EP, and it would have been the first song that people have heard off the new EP, as opposed to the Most of Now EP. This heralds a very different sound from All Year Round. Very polished studio sound, very tight arrangements. How did you approach the recording of these tracks as differently to the first EP? Okay,
so the first, the Most of Now was actually just a demo we did with a friend of ours. Okay, that was just in his bedroom, so the quality wasn't fantastic, but the songs were there. You could hear what it was like. And that's when we started writing these songs, and we looked for the best studios we could possibly get into, and we did our research, and it was Electric Sun Studios in Sydney. Lots of big bands have recorded there, and we heard all their stuff and we're just like, yep, that's the sound we want. So we booked it in, we got there, and it was just amazing to be in like a real studio and just see the way it works and how the little tricks behind recording, because there's so much to it that when you're listening to a song and you've never been in a studio or you're not a musician, it's just like, wow, that's what actually goes into it. Like, there's so much time and effort and fine tuning. It takes forever, but it's the best. We wanted that sound, and we got it, so we're excited.
Well, let's hear that first opening track from In Perspective. This is Second Best. You're listening to Arch D on Life with All Year Round.
All I wanted to be was the best I could be without letting you down. All I
HD.
I believe we can seize this future together. Is yet to come.
HD.
Life FM.
I'm here with George Solomon, the drummer from All Year Round. We're having a bit of an All Year Round special today. Lots of All Year Round music and associated paraphernalia. Now, in that last bracket, George, we heard Second Best, the opening track from the new EP. And I've got to ask, who is the person who does all the videos? Who puts all your videos together? They're amazing.
There's a few different people in the works. The main one that she does all of our videos, our covers, that sort of stuff, is Rhiannon Miller, a good friend of ours for a long time. But the lyric video clips, they get done like all around the world. Like we just find people online that are good at what they do there. And the second best lyric video clip, I can't even remember his name at the moment because we never actually met the guy.
Yeah, the second best one, even as a lyric video alone, just with the kind of the flying words, it's so high octane and so fast moving. Like literally, if I saw it in the cinema, I reckon I'd probably get
3D.
Motion sickness.
Yeah,
exactly. That'd be crazy. Now, Larry, the one with the amazing comic book strip kind of video, as well. What inspired this song? What made you come up with this one? I mean, this is a song that people are going to know on HD because we play it all the time.
Awesome. Well, with the video, do you mean, or
just maybe with the
the writing,
the writing of the song? Because the video really follows the story of the song. Yeah,
definitely. If you watch the video, you'll probably know what we're on about here. Jackie wrote this song, wrote the lyrics to this song about a friend of hers. Got what she was going through at the time with a boy. Yeah, she tends to do that, writes about other people's stories and what's happening. So she sort of did that, and pretty much the story speaks for itself. It's something that whether you're a boy or girl, you'll find yourself in the position at one point in your life.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately.
With the successes you have now, with all of this, looking back on those very beginnings at Mount Carmel 4 years ago, are there things that you think you've drawn in your band journey that come from that kind of Catholic school experience that you started in?
Definitely. I mean, that's where it started, and that's where we sort of, I guess, the very early stages of being in a band for anyone's, I guess, probably the most important is sort of, who knows what would have happened if, we were playing our songs in front of our school, for instance, and, we weren't getting a real good response, or the teachers weren't into it, or, sort of, everyone sort of brushed it off. I guess we might have been like, oh, well.
So obviously that school environment and that school community really did get behind you, from everything from the students all the way through to the teachers and the school leadership and all that stuff.
Definitely. Without a doubt.
And here's that song. Here's Larry. Turn it up, everyone. This is awesome. You're listening to All Year Round Special here on HD 107.9 Life FM.
So you can take
listening to ArchD 107.9 Life FM. I'm here today with George Solomon from All Year Round. We've been playing a lot of All Year Round songs. Thanks again for coming in, George. It's been awesome having you here. Looking back at the last 4 years, George, if you had to choose one highlight, either big or small, doesn't matter which one it was, for the band, what would that moment be, do you think, if you had to choose only one?
Okay, we'll start with big. I'll do two.
Okay. That is breaking the rules, but I'm going to let it go.
Sorry. I'm a rule breaker.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So probably the best moment for me, we were able to play with a band called All Time Low from America. It was at HQ here. It was sold out before we were even on the show.
Wow.
It was a big deal for us. It really, like a massive day for us because they're all of our favourite bands, but especially my favourite band. I just remember walking out onto the stage and like just seeing like that sea of people, and it was just amazing. That was probably definitely the biggest highlight for me.
Well, you can check them out on YouTube. Their YouTube channel is called All Year Round AUS, all one word, all lowercase. And In Perspective is available on iTunes. Look out for All Year Round playing live. All of the details are up on our Facebook page. Check it out. Thank you so much for coming in, George.
Thank you.
And this is that new song, Settle Your Own Score. We'll catch you every Wednesday night from 9, every Saturday night from 10. Stay tuned to Life FM for more of your music. We'll catch you later. See ya.
See ya.